most prisoners only had to go once. That's because most prisoners were a lot more stable than Kevin.
Good morning, Kevin. My name is Mr. Franklin, and I'm here to help you.
Kevin wasn't much in the mood for any help.
That's good, Kevin. Expressing your emotion is a positive issue-oriented response. In this office, you are free to express whatever is on your mind. There are no barriers and no judgments.
Kevin liked the idea of no barriers and no judgments, and he really liked the idea of expressing whatever was on his mind. Unfortunately for Mr. Franklin, Kevin had been thinking about throwing his coffee mug at him. It was a good thing for Mr. Franklin that Kevin's dad had never played catch with him, or any other game for that matter.
I've studied the court documents from your trial, and despite what the judge, the prosecution lawyers, your parole officer, the teachers and students at your school, and your parents said, I don't think you are a worthless, lost cause. So let's talk about your parents. What kind of people were they? Tell you, Kevin, I'm excited. The more I discover of your childhood, the more I am convinced that beneath your troubled exterior lies a young man crying out for the loving embrace of a father figure. Let me be that father figure you never had. Let me play catch with you and teach you how to tie a tie. I want to give you unconditional love.
Kevin didn't understand a lot of the big words, but he pretended he did, so Mr. Franklin wouldn't think he was a moron. Besides, thought Kevin, it was a whole lot safer in Mr. Franklin's office now that Slappy was...
I apologize for the shackles, Kevin, but I'm afraid some of my colleagues remain unenlightened as to the nature of your mental health. It's as if they expect you're just going to suddenly jump up and attack one of them. Now, let's get right back into our last session. You were telling me about Alan. Now we're making progress. Do you see, Kevin? Killing the ostrich was a cry for help. On the one hand, because of your father's abandonment, your ego sought revenge by destroying something he loved. Yet, on the other hand, the very act of destroying was in your mind a step towards reconciliation. That was your aid at work. Directing an act whereby you could present your father with a gift of his favorite animal in the hope that he would in turn grant you the affection and love you wanted.
Mr. Franklin sure liked to use a lot of big words. Kevin wasn't very good with big words, so instead of paying attention, Kevin just nodded his head up and down like he was listening and thought about all the good times he was going to have. Kevin had more appointments with Mr. Franklin than any other inmate in the prison. Kevin's dad said that was because his head was a whole lot more broken. They were meeting in a new office this week because Kevin had shown up for his last appointment with a head full of glue and had set Mr. Franklin's old office on fire.
You seem to both desire to fit in with the crowd, yet you constantly undermine that goal by a pattern of aggression towards them. I suspect your fear of rejection by your peer group overrides your desire to become one of them, causing you to subconsciously sabotage yourself. It's a classic case of low self-esteem, manifesting itself in self-destructive behavior. That tells me that deep down, you believe yourself unworthy of the friendship and camaraderie you so desperately seek. Remember our little talk, Kevin? Setting fires is a wrong thing to do. A wrong thing. Now, having just read Sally Jesse Raphael's new book, Finding the Rainbow Within, I've decided that you would benefit from group therapy. In the meantime, I feel it would be a good use of our time to continue one-on-one to try and get to the root of your anger issues.
The drapes, Kevin, the drapes.
Wrong thing, Kevin! Wrong thing! I'd like everyone to welcome our newest member. This is Kevin Spencer. Kevin, this is Willie Brown, and, well, I guess you know the rest of them, being family and all.
Hey, boy!
What's doing, Kev?
Why don't we pick up where we left off last week? Mike, you were telling us about your anger problems. Yes, Phil, I did say it was good to vent your anger. However, there's a right way to vent your anger and a wrong way to vent your anger. How about instead of discussing issues of anger, we instead focus on ways in which to control anger? Kevin, Perhaps you'd like to speak on your... Everyone, we have a special treat this week. This is Elizabeth Armstrong, and she's brought her crystals. She's going to help us talk through our issues of alienation and hostility and offer some constructive criticism that will help us all develop into better people. We're very fortunate to have a woman of her expertise. Her list of credentials is awe-inspiring, including 3 years as a researcher for Oprah, 5 years as an associate producer on the Ricky Lake Show, and 2 years as a staff writer at Hallmark Cards. Miss Armstrong.
Breathing exercise, and then we'll take turns.
Gods! Gods! Kevin, I'm curious about your allegiance to your imaginary friend Alan. It seems as though he has a hold on your psyche that effectively establishes a master-slave relationship, wherein you feel powerless to say no to his commands. I think it would benefit us both if we were to further explore your relationship with Alan and your subconscious desire to please him.
Kevin wasn't allowed to smoke in Mr. Franklin's office anymore because he kept burning holes in the couch and trying to set the room on fire.
Call me curious, Kevin.
Kevin decided to call him something else. Mr. Franklin didn't like being called names, but he let it go because he didn't like getting hit a whole lot more.
Were there any experiences in your childhood that made you glad to be Kevin Spencer? I was going through your files again last night, Kevin, when I stumbled across this marriage certificate. I think your attempt at establishing a nuclear family of your own is extremely relevant in terms of our understanding of the influence your parents' marriage had on your development. I think it would aid our efforts to fix your brain if we dissect the underlying issues of your attempt at holy matrimony. What do you think? What a beautiful morning! Dew glistening on the dumpsters as the smell. Ach du Liebe! Kevin, I've been thinking of your brief marriage to the prostitute when you were 16, as well as the relationship you had with your mother growing up. I think that if we further explore the root of your discomfort and awkwardness in dealing with women, we might better be able to steer you down the road of self-recovery. Ow! Bad thing, Kevin! Bad thing! Don't make me call the guards.
Kevin backed off because lately the guards had been using mace. The old-fashioned kind.
Okay, Kevin. Can you tell me a little about some of your initial experience with girls? Remember your life garden, Kevin? Let's continue planting the happy seeds.
Ain't nothing wrong with my head.
I sense a great deal of hostility towards me. Is it because you view me as the enemy? Or perhaps because you feel a little frightened by doctors and the assumed authority of the position, and somehow feel threatened, which creates a fear which in turn manifests itself in outward verbalizations of hostility?
Kevin's dad didn't know what the hell Mr. Franklin was talking about. But just in case it was a threat or a come-on, the old man figured he'd drift him a real sweet one in the neck with his coffee cup, just to make sure.
The apple sure doesn't fall far from the tree now, does it?
I thought you was getting fruity on me.
No, I mean your son's violent reflexive responses to authority are similar to yours.
Apples give me diarrhea.
I'd like to discuss your own fears and the impact they had on Kevin. I would also like you to stop burning holes in my couch with your cigarette. And now about your fears of Kevin growing up, as you put it, fruity. Oh dear.
Mr. Franklin, the prison psychiatrist, was on a 6-month sabbatical. He'd had a nervous breakdown because Kevin kept setting his office on fire and throwing stuff at him.
The hell away from my brother's book, you snot-nosed little bastard.
Franklin. But he didn't seem quite as liberal. Kevin thought he'd do what he was told until he figured things out, which was probably going to take a good long time, because Kevin was the kind of kid who rode the short school bus to class.
My brother's in the nut house because of you. I'm his identical twin in all ways but one. I don't take crap from dumb pricks like you.
Kevin figured he'd bide his time before he taught the new Mr. Franklin that he didn't like being called names.
My brother says you killed your dog when you were 8. Big surprise. A twisted freak obsessed with death. Go on. Tell me how you got so hot on death. Maybe that'll shed some light on why you
could use these rockets for. About all the things in his life that he thought could do.
Kevin, me temo que a causa del incendio no hay habitaciones libres en los hospitales públicos, así que vamos a enviarlos a Pete y a ti a un hospital psiquiátrico privado hasta que puedan rehabilitar este. Por suerte para vosotros, han palmado unos cuantos y volvemos a tener sitio en los psiquiátricos públicos, así que volvéis a casa.
Cuando Kevin vio cómo
Kevin was still being treated by Mr. Franklin's really mean brother, Mr. Franklin. Because of Kevin, the first Mr. Franklin had had a nervous breakdown and was on sabbatical until his sanity returned or his paid union sick days ran out. The new Mr. Franklin was a whole lot meaner.
All right, you compassionless muttonhead. Today we're going to find out how you slid through the cracks and became such a worthless freak. Lie back on this couch. Close your eyes and relax, you little maggot. Relax!
Kevin wondered why Mr. Franklin was trying to hypnotize him again.
Spencer, why can't you fit in? Where did the system fail you? Answer me, damn you!
Come to terms with some of his issues. Kevin agreed to try it because he was a federally incarcerated prisoner and everyone thought he was cured of his malevolent hatred for humanity.
You're one of the most disturbed little freaks I've ever treated under credit to this institution. We've decided to release you. Good luck in your freedom. And your father wants to say good...
As he
Oh, look! The little vermin's waking up. Thought we lost you, Spencer. You were unconscious, and we thought the electricity had killed you. But obviously you survived. Guess we'd better turn the machine up.
Kevin was real irritable lately because he'd been in the joint so long he was feeling out of touch with life, and it was starting to show.
Frankly, Kevin, I'm growing concerned. I thought we'd been making progress, but lately you've been very withdrawn. Can't you try to open up and let me help you?
Kevin tried opening up with a volley of stationery supplies.
I'm sorry, Kevin, but until we make some kind of breakthrough, you're
Mr. Franklin, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Truth? Truth? What is truth? It all comes down to interpretation, doesn't it? The Jungian approach of a synchronous weave reality, contrasted with the schisms of the Freudian...
Just say, I do.
Theoretically, I do.
Mr. Franklin, is Kevin Spencer, as so many have asserted in the past, a lost cause?
Nobody is a lost cause. Is a landmine evil? It certainly exists for an evil purpose, but in and of itself, it is not conscious of any evil intent. It's merely fulfilling its purpose.
Your Honor, if you had to listen to this pompous idiot all day, don't you think you'd find yourself acting out fantasies as a way of coping?
Psychiatrist was running out of ideas how to treat Kevin's sociopathic tendencies.
Kevin, I normally don't like to take this option, but everything else has failed. I'm going to recommend a strict regimen of powerful medication.
Kevin waits.
Take 2 of these pills. They're very powerful and may cause some slight side effects, but they should break down your inhibitions and get past your hostility.
Kevin took the pills, and after a few minutes, he started to feel them take effect. Something was strange. It was a whole lot different from the codeine lithium buzz he'd grown to appreciate. This was something new.
What are you feeling, Kevin?
A useful member of society again.
Mr. Franklin, we understand that you've been using a particular medication from our military surplus pharmaceutical department.
Yes. Oh, not only that, they gave me these cool camouflage pants. I'm the hit of the nightclubs, thanks to you.
Those are army pants, Mr. Franklin. The Navy does not use camouflage.
Really?
My point is, I'm afraid I'm going to have to order you to cease your use of this medication.
But I can't do that. For the first time, I've been able to break down Kevin Spence's emotional resistance. We might actually have a chance of making him a valuable member of society again.
Yes, we in the military also like helping society. But I am afraid the pills have turned out to have some rather unfortunate side effects. I might say terrifying, but that would be a breach of security.
Terrifying side effects? But you have to tell me. This is my patient we're talking about.
Well, it is breaking security, slapping the flag and the Constitution in the face. But when you look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, how can I say no? The pills cause drowsiness, sleepiness, loss of appetite, emotional fatigue, anxiety attacks, endangered unborn fetuses, sinus headache.
But these are all common side effects. We can treat any of them right here in the hospital.
And the psychic power to move objects with the mind.
What? Oh my goodness! We have to get to the treatment room immediately.
Mr. Franklin and the general rushed into the treatment room, but it was too late.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't the first time Kevin had had trouble with the penal system because of his involvement with drugs. Mr. Franklin thought about one of the other times while Kevin flew him around the room like a kite and banged him into some walls.
General, there must be something we can do to stop this mayhem.
It's only a theory, but if we can figure out a way to overload his brain, we can short-circuit him. In order to do it, we'll need a question, a diabolically ingenious problem.
I've got it. Oh, Kevin, where's Waldo?
Kevin's brain churned furiously trying to solve this complicated puzzle, but eventually it was no use. He overloaded and dropped to the floor unconscious.
We did it! Now, in keeping with government policy, I'm afraid we're going to have to kill you all to conceal the evidence. Oh, there you go with the eyes again. Listen, just promise me you won't tell anyone and we'll forget this whole incident ever happened.
Mr. Franklin figured he'd stick to the more humanitarian interest, came to see Kevin in his cell.
Now, Kevin, it would seem your fascination with fire has increased in the last little while. I'm curious as to its origins. Perhaps there was an event during your childhood associated with it that you'd like to discuss.
What do you please think you're doing? Don't you understand? This Spencer boy is 1 in a million. He's a genius. Kevin, all this time, I thought you were a violent sociopath. I didn't realize you were an unchallenged genius. But now, I will give your mind the challenges it craves for. It's what my late wife would have wanted.
Kevin told Dr. Goodwill that his late wife was probably a cruddy old skank.
You have a point there. Farted in her sleep, too. Oh, the stink! Anyways, because of your supercomputer genius brain, I've arranged a number of job interviews for your bold new future. I've arranged all those wonderful job interviews and you turned them all down. If you don't do something to prove you can use your computer skills for a productive purpose, I'm going to have to resign your custody back to the courts. Your school's annual science fair is coming up. If you do a project about computers, I might be able to keep you out of prison. Kevin, are you there? Come on, Kevin boy. Kevin, you stupid, violent sociopath. Kevin, wake up!
Here we go, Mr. Franklin. The first steps in your new life.
8 years. Unbelievable. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for everything.
You've worked hard. You deserve this. Just stay on the right path.
Get the fuck away from me, old man, or I will destroy you. Come on, Franklin, hold it together. Hold it together just long enough to kill Kevin Spencer. Then, the hell with everything else. I'm looking for Kevin.
I don't know what you think I was doing, but I weren't rubbing one out.
What you do with your genitalia is of no concern to me. All I want is your son.
He ain't home.
Where is he?
Hang on a minute. You that a-hole doctor what used to treat my boy.
Indeed.
Fat lot of fucking good you done. You should see him now. Man, if you thought he was fucked in the head before.
Let's just say I have decided to initiate an alternate and somewhat unconventional therapeutic regimen.
Let's just say I actually understood what the fuck you just said. So what? I don't give a shit. Hey, you're a doctor. Look at my toe. That seemed right to you.
I'm not a general practitioner. My God!
Holy snapping arseholes, my toe's gone. I bet it was the fucking boy.
Purely an educated guess, but it appears to present all the trademark symptoms of necrotizing fasciitis.
Necktie face-eating bust? What the hell does that mean?
Fasciitis. Flesh-eating disease. It will keep eating away at your body until you receive proper medical attention. You should be in the hospital. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to find your precious little son.
You just bringing the one knife then? Well, best of luck, egghead. Now if you'll excuse me.
You can run, Spencer, but you can't hide forever. You hear me, Spencer? Not so fast. Uh-oh!
You's fucked now, bird.
You mean it was all just in my head?
Exactly.